head basketball coach Craig Neal for the Delta Dental Coaches comments. And Coach Neal, congratulations, and wow. I mean, if that's what the vision is for the up-tempo style, then my goodness, that was something to watch.
Yeah, they were giving me a hard time up there because they said we only had 70 possessions, and I said, well, if I really would have pushed the envelope, I could have got to 85. And I just don't think you do that. I got a lot of respect for their program. I got a lot of respect for their kids. But, you know, the last 6 or 7 minutes, we ran the clock down. We didn't. And plus, when they're scoring the ball, you know, they scored 41 points in the second half, which isn't acceptable for us. But it's like I said, we come out, the first 4 minutes, play great, play the first half better than we've played all year. Then we came out the second half and do a nice job. Misses a couple dunks. Could have got us going again. Could have got 2 scores and stopped. And then he goes in his funk. And then the inconsistency, the focus of a young team rears its ugly head. And then you kind of let them get on a roll, and then you can't get the tempo going the way you did in the first half because you're not getting stops. But all in all, I thought our kids played terrific. I thought we did exactly what we wanted to do. We practiced on playing the first 4 minutes of every game. We got to keep working on, and we're working on closing out the half because we had opportunities. But we did what we wanted to do. We got Tim Williams involved early. We got drives involved early. We got driving kicks involved early, and then we got to the line. So if we can do that, and I thought our defense was terrific in the first half. The only thing that upset me, we didn't change defenses. It's my fault. We didn't change defenses as much as we should have the first 7 minutes of the second half, and they got kind of a rhythm going. And once they kind of got a rhythm, they got scoring, and that's on me, and you know, I got to change it up a little more.
Well, I think what they realize is that they can put it on the floor and get to the rim. And
right.
I think in the second half, that's exactly what they did. And then you changed up to go back to that zone to kind of crowd them inside
right.
and kind of took that away.
You're right, Hunter. I think what our guys did is once we were so worried about the jump shot, we guarded so well in the first half. In the second half, they started driving it. We didn't help recover. We just let them drive it and let our guys by themselves. And but all in all, you know, there's a lot of things that we can improve on, but there's a lot of good things to talk about. So, right. I mean, if you would have came into this game and knew we were going to be up 25 in the first half, I'd have told you you're crazy, and thanks. I love it. But, you know, it's like I'm walking up the stairs, I'm like, we're up 25, and you just don't think you're going to do that. But our guys are getting better. They're believing, they're doing what I'm asking them to do, and I'm bringing some guys along. I'm bringing some young guys along that are playing well, doing some things, and really happy with what Anthony Mathis is doing and what Dane Kuiper did. You know, Dane, you know, one thing that's beautiful about Dane is he's always trusted me. He committed to me as a sophomore. He's never wavered. He could have been one of those kids that got upset because he wasn't playing, but he's kind of like Dede. You know, he's let the process come to him. Now he's getting in the gym on his own. He's got confidence now, but he's got a chance to be really, really good, guys, because he can pass, dribble, and shoot. And if you're 6'7" at that size and you can do all that, you can be a heck of a player.
Well, you've been telling us that these guys are going to get more court time, and you even said earlier this week, you know, I've said it a few times, hasn't quite happened yet,
right.
But this is the best run that Dane's gotten yet since he got here.
Yeah, he's played really well in practice, and I just had to let him get comfortable and get everything down, and it's a process, and it's different for each kid. And you know, the only thing that I ask them to do is if they're not on the same page with the scheme and they keep making the same mistake, I'm not going to play them. And we had that with one of our other guys, but I can't let them keep making the same mistake. And you know, if they're not going to get it, then somebody else is going to get an opportunity.
Well, Dane looks comfortable out there.
He does. And you know, one thing, he's bouncy. He loves it here. He wants to play, and I think he's going to be really, really good for us guys just because he's all in. He's wanted to be a Lobo for shoot. It's been 4 years, and I mean, he does everything I ask him to do, and he's never one time questioned it. He's never one time had a bad attitude. He's never one time, you know, thought he was better than he was. But when you have good karma like that, it comes back to benefit you, and that's what this game's about, is seeing that happen for guys like that, and really happy for him. And you know, I didn't get Anthony Mathis in the first half. Probably, you know, maybe should have got him in there, but I got him in there, got him some good minutes in the second half playing with Cullen Elijah. But if I put those 3 guys on the floor, we're hard to guard because they all can shoot it. And Anthony came in and buried the first one he looked at. And, that's a good thing. Now he's got to work on pivoting and not let people push him, but he's going to get that. He's going to figure that out. But he's going to be really, really good, and I think he can help us against pressure.
great to see Dane get this run that he had tonight. It was interesting to see that he was the first off the bench before X, who's been really good. Was that something you thought about coming in, or was it a feel thing tonight? Or
no, it's just I've got to figure I have to if I'm going to play X where I'm playing X, then Dane's got to play there. And X is going to have to spell, that's what I'm going to go with. And, Joe has good moments and bad moments, but Joe's got to get a little bit better defensively. It's not fair to him playing those posts sometimes, but, I'm going to alternate it. I just went with Dane because I just didn't, we weren't getting some stuff and getting some production out of some people, but I just want to give Dane a chance because he deserved it.
Share with the fans, because you told the media earlier this week about he came into your office when X came into your office, and you told him about moving him to the 4 and how receptive he was to that.
I didn't really say I was going to move him to the 4. I said I was going to play 4 guards. And we're trying to play a little bit more of a passing game when he's in there, and we got to work on it some more. We're trying to implement it, but we got some guys that just don't have that feel yet. So he never blinked an eye. He goes, Coach, I just want to play. And I go, well, X, I can get you on the floor. I can play you more. I can get you on the floor more. Now he played 9 minutes tonight, but could be a little bit more in different situations. But, he's been terrific. He's terrific at Fresno. He can do some things tonight. I just didn't think he had the pop he had at Fresno. But that's part of it. And the one thing is we got enough guys, enough depth that we can get some things going with other people.
Well, Coach, you guys have definitely turned it up on the defensive end and rebounding since Hawaii, and I think that's been the difference.
Right.
When you look at the road trip to Fresno, the defense was spectacular, and then you guys start off here tonight the same way. So we got UNLV coming up. Tell us about UNLV.
Well, I think it'll be a tough contest because I think they'll pressure us, and we need to work on that and to get better at it. But, basically they're running our offense. So, it's not a hard scout for us. So, Ryan, of course, was here with us a long time, so he's running our offense up there. It's just, so it won't be, it'll be just one of those things where we got to be ready. Another road test, and I think our guys will be ready, and hopefully we'll play well. But I think they'll be excited about it. They're very, very talented. But we've had great success in that building, so hopefully we'll have great success again.
How has this evolution happened where everybody, after a missed shot and a catch, everybody's turning and looking, and you guys are getting out and running like it's so impressive, whether it's Jordan Hunter throwing one over the top. I think Obach made a catch, transition for Dime. Everybody's doing it.
Well, I think the biggest thing is when you have guys that'll throw the ball, you'll find a lot of guys, the big guys, that'll run. Last year we didn't have anybody, I don't think, that could make the play other than Hugh, and we know Hugh wasn't a push guy. He was a controlled point guard and got us in our sets, toughness, could score it. Now we got push guys. We got guys that can push, and it's definitely a different brand of basketball. It's a little bit different than we've played in a long time. So it's fun to watch. It's fun to coach.
It's not necessarily fast breaks. It's early opportunities.
Yeah,
it's just one pass up the court.
Like we came down one time and we were on a good run, and Cullen dribbles it up to the S right here, and he throws it to Elijah, and he knocks down a shot. Yeah. If we get our spots and we run to our spots, you're going to get open shots, and we're able to get a flow going. But it all starts with that big running down the middle. If they'll do that, they'll get something.
Tim Williams, just phenomenal tonight.
He's good.
Yeah.
Cat's good.
And he showed it all.
Yeah, he can do it all. And he's getting better and better. And, no matter what they do, they try to trap him early, and then you can't trap him after he throws it out of it. We bang a couple threes on him, and then, it's pick your poison. And then he's hard to guard one-on-one in there, and he's just got, the thing about Tim is he's just got terrific hands. He's got terrific hands.
I wanted to talk about one thing I noticed, and this is something I always thought you as a coach and assistant coach, you're really good at, and that's scoring out of bound plays. But as of late, the Lobos had struggled with just getting the ball in bounds and out of bounds plays sometimes, and
we got the wrong guy taking the ball out of bounds. So
that's a quick fix.
That's a quick fix. So that'll be a quick fix. So
UNLV will pressure that.
That won't happen again. Okay. But I'll tell you what's really difficult for us is when people zone us. When people zone us, or like they did tonight, us guys
standing.
Just standing, but trying to find the right spot or the right opening. If you don't see it a lot, it's hard for them to see the right. All right, if I cut here and put my body on him, I'm going to have the inside. it's some of those things that you try to teach them and show them, and until you like push them through and show them how to do it specifically, which we tried to do. You know, I thought we had good looks, but the biggest thing is I think what happened was, and to his credit, guys don't want to turn it over anymore. So the safest play is just to throw it out and let's run offense. Because, you know, I preached to them all week about we got to stay under 15, we got to stay under 15, so you got all of them thinking about it. Maybe I should just quit worrying about that so that they play.
I got to ask you one more thing before we let you go.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you tell your team this week, you know, we had great practices, intense, really good commitment
Right.
when we were struggling, and that's how you got those 2 wins. And you didn't want to see the foot come off the gas here tonight at all, and
Right.
they responded.
Yeah, I thought, you know, I told them yesterday, I thought yesterday's practice was okay. I didn't think it was terrific like the first 2 practices were when we got back before we played Nevada. But I thought they were trying to do the right things, just sometimes it didn't work. I just told them, I said, all right, here's the deal. You can't get complacent. And you can't think that you've arrived again. When you're 7-2 and everybody's telling you how great you are and what a surprise our team is, man, we're talented, boy, you got a lot of weapons. It's like I told you guys, you can listen, if you don't listen to just the noise in our locker room and what I'm trying to coach you, and you're listening to the good and bad outside, sometimes that creeps in on you. And I just didn't want them to go back and, it's like I told them, I said, all right, what's the difference between our team when they're 7-2 and what was the difference with our team when they're 7-5? And they were pretty honest with it. And they had some serious discussions about it. And some things were said that didn't make people happy, but they needed to say it to each other. And that's part of growing as a team. But I think the biggest thing is that they can't be complacent in their approach. And when they get complacent in their approach, anybody can beat them. But when they're dialed in, like they were tonight, they're hard to beat, and they can play at a high level.
Well, you told us after Fresno State they've grown up before our eyes, and another piece of that growth.
Yeah, they have.
Tonight.
Now, we could have some other bumps, but these guys are playing at a high level as far as effort, intensity. They're competing. I mean, yeah, we make some mistakes, and yeah, we make some plays that you're like, oh, but I mean, it's just fun to watch them go out and compete and see them get better. I mean, everybody, I think, on our team's getting better. I still like to see Sam have a breakout, do some breakout stuff, but I think everybody is getting, they're learning where everybody can make plays. They're knowing where, I mean, that's part of getting better. And I think they all have, but it's fun just because they're a fun group.
Yeah.
I mean, they're great kids, and they play hard. They don't pout. Now, some of them get emotional, and you know, you got to snap them back in, but they play, and they just keep playing. They just keep coming at you. And when you do that, and your fight doesn't back down, and you just keep fighting, that's fun to coach. And that's what these guys are. They fight, and they bring it, and, you know, they might not make all the shots, but they play at a really cool level to coach and a fun way to coach, and I'm proud of the way they played tonight.
Well, they clearly had fun tonight. We had fun watching.
Yeah, it was good.
Congratulations.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah,
we'll see you in Vegas. Quick turnaround.
Oh, yeah, quick turnaround.
Yep.
All right, guys, thanks.
Tuesday game against UNLV in the Thomas and Mack next week. Back with more on the Lobo Basketball post-game show right after this. Those are your Delta Dental coaches' comments brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. Almost 400,000 New Mexicans covered by Delta Dental plans. For more info, log on to deltadentalnm.com.